wearing red with white. He officially weighed in at 146 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one. 31 victories, including 11 knockouts, with only 2 defeats. He comes to us from St. Louis, Missouri, and he brings with him the heritage of the Spinks Jinx. He is the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Cory, the next generation Spinks. And his opponent across the ring, wearing black trimmed with white, he officially weighs 146 pounds. 25 victories, including 22 knockouts, against 3 defeats with 1 draw. Damas y caballeros, de Managua, Nicaragua, here is the WBA, WBC welterweight champion of the world, Ricardo, el Matador Mayorga.
All right, the crowd in anticipation that we're going to see a war in this one because they've seen a couple of quick knockouts and then a heavyweight fight that, while they worked hard, didn't really please the crowd. So they expect this showman, Ricardo Mayorga, to do just that and put on his show. Remember, the night that Michael Spinks fought Larry Holmes for the World Championship, nobody expected him to win the title either. Nobody expects Cory Spinks, as you take a look at him, to win this title. So a lot going through his mind right now. The cagey southpaw must really work hard on this guy, Ricardo Mayorga. Referee is Tony Orlando.
Okay, gentlemen,
We'll listen in.
you received my instructions prior to entering the ring. Therefore, I expect a clean, professional bout. Protect yourselves at all times. You understood? Touch gloves, go back to your corner.
This fight is sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Board of Control and the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. It's a 10-point must-scoring system. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. And a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight if there's any accidental headbutts or any of that. I'll explain that to you as it becomes pertinent to our fight. So we're set to go. Here we go as you look at Cory Spinks. He's the southpaw in red. Mayorga immediately makes gestures, shakes his head. He's the forever showman here. Straightens out his arms, kind of like a guy sitting down to play the piano. This is his office. Bob Sheridan here, with me, Virgil Hill. Still fighting in the cruiserweight division, former cruiserweight champ and 3-time light heavyweight champion. Glad to have you with me, too.
It's nice to be here.
So Mayorga goes headhunting with the left hand and the jab. So far, he hasn't been able to catch up with Cory Spinks. Spinks is doing what he has to do. Move, move, move. Try to land some shots now. He goes fishing downstairs, touches up the body. You see the power of Mayorga as he lets the right hand fly and then almost like a cocky dancer just strolls around and struts around.
Yeah. He's just trying to take Cory Spinks out of his game plan.
Is it possible, as we discussed, Virgil, to take a guy from East St. Louis, Missouri, with a background that he comes from, out of his fight plan?
Well, anything's possible in boxing.
All right. As Cory tries to pick it up, Mayorga comes forward. Nobody's really landed anything yet here. They're already going around number 1. This is scheduled for 12. We expect it to be explosive. And there's the awkward attack of a guy they call the Matador. And the Matador is served with grace. And bulls are awkward charging. I call him the bull as opposed to the Matador. Cory Spinks trying to outbox this guy with an awkward attack. He hasn't landed anything. The right hand that time with Mayorga. Mayorga reaching with the right hand. Let's go with the right hand lead. Cory's handling everything so... so clever.
Yeah, I think so. He's still doing his game plan.
As you say that, you see the awkward angles from which the punches come. And he knocks him down, actually pushes him down. Now Tony Orlando says, whoa, get a guy down on his knees like that. Don't you dare hit him. Don't get disqualified. My instruction to Mayorga is he almost stops at Spinks. That's his stop. Wow, right hand, whispers past the chin of Cory Spinks. Loads him up with a shot to the body, does Mayorga. Inside of 40 seconds to go. Mayorga has landed whatever blows have landed from very awkward positions so far.
It's almost like he slaps that right hand. He's just trying to crack him.
Uppercuts. Those 2 right hands taken on the glove to protect the left side of the face of Cory Spinks. I don't know what you're doing there to try and get this guy off stride. He just attacks and like a bull automatic.
Yeah, he really does. He throws caution to the wind when he comes forward.
Now, there's no caution at all. And as I say that, a straight left hand down the middle from the southpaw. That's the power shot by Cory Spinks. But Mayorga, with all his awkwardness, has outboxed Cory Spinks. How about that? At the bellies with the hand on the back of the head and unleashes an unmerciful right uppercut, which luckily was
You got to stay smart.
the bell.
You got to stay smart.
In the corner.
Okay, you got to keep him turning. You can't stop in front of him. Hey, referee! Tony! Hey, look, you see what's going on, man. Stay smart and keep him turning.
Cory's defense is his head movement, and I think he's sticking to his game plan very, very well. Try to slow down Mayorga by throwing the left hand to the body. He's just got to stay out of situations like this right here.
And that's a situation right there that could have got
You shouldn't even be there for this shit.
Mayorga to
You got to box early. You got to box early and move early.
Okay? Okay? Okay. Dobla los pasos, son 2 pasos adelante, okay?
A little bit of Ricardo Mayorga's corner. Tony Orlando says, hey, get back there. You'll have plenty of time to fight. We're coming up to round number 2 in the undisputed welterweight championship, the unification of the WBC and WBA held by Mayorga and the IBF held by Cory Spinks. It's an exciting time in this welterweight division because this guy Mayorga, wild as he is exciting to watch. And the crowd here in the Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall is enjoying the excitement of watching this guy's style. What the heavyweights didn't provide, these guys are providing. A stiff left hand right down the middle that time by Cory.
I agree. Cory's doing a wonderful job keeping him at bay.
And you see what he's doing with the side-to-side movement, a lot of headroom in his roots on the replay that we showed. Goes fishing downstairs, taking the gloves by Mayorga. Mayorga just hasn't opened up here in the second round at all. He's just sort of coasting for the first minute. Hasn't done much of anything. Up his nose, bouncing around. Cory makes him miss and then makes him pay with a light left hand. Doesn't face Mayorga whatsoever. Remember in his last fight against Forrest, he just stood flat-footed in the center ring, said, go ahead, hit me in the chin, which happened. Forrest hit him in the chin, and it didn't bother him a bit. You talk about a cocky guy. By the way, in the first part of this round, Cory Spinks is outboxing Mayorga in this round. And this is exactly what Cory Spinks has to do. Virgil.
Well, he's going to have to do this for 12 rounds because Mayorga's going to stay right there. That's all he wants to do is land that big shot. Cory's got to stay offline, keep stepping around him, and then making Mayorga not be able to plant his feet.
Well, what you heard, folks, in between rounds was he's got to keep turning him. And turning him, he's doing it. He's doing that by circling. He got off the left hand that time, which for the southpaw is his power shot. Now there's a lack of the right hand down the middle by Mayorga. When he throws it, sometimes he looks like he's snapping at it in a very awkward style. But for the first 2 minutes of this round, it's Cory Spinks winning the second round. Now you see the assault, all wild shots, all awkward, nothing lands. And again he attacks, leans on his man, but he doesn't do any damage. Now the warning from Tony Orlando to keep him up. Mayorga, Cory Spinks, very smart, not trying to charge this guy, and he can. If he changes his style, he's going to get knocked out.
Oh, without a doubt, he's got to be very careful. He's got to keep doing what he's doing, in and out, circling him.
He's executing perfectly to this point. Staying away, stepping inside, stepping away. That's all he has to do. And he's doing it perfectly in the second round.
Yes, he is.
Mayorga avoiding the double jab. There's the jab in the face of Mayorga again. So Mayorga basically has done nothing in the second round except catch shots. All right, at the bell, Mayorga wants to roughhouse it.
Good thing you didn't hit him. I took a point away.
And Tony Orlando, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that at home, or in fact Mayorga understood what he was saying, but what he said was, if you had hit him, I'd have taken a point away. And that's the second time that this guy can get disqualified on.
Yes.
If he hit him and knocked him down, you know, it's the referee's discretion.
He's got to be very careful. They're not going for any of the rough tactics that Mayorga generally does, and he's got to be very careful. That's 2 warnings now.
He's saying you got to work your right hand more, and he's absolutely right. I talked about him throwing the right hand down the middle. He's saying you got to get the left hand going in your uppercut as well. Saying relax, you're too tense. I think some of the tenseness that he's forced on himself.
I agree with you.
All right, we're coming up to round 3. Bob Sheridan with Virgil Hill here. You're watching the undisputed welterweight championship fight, the unification. Ricardo Mayorga with the WBC and WBA belts, and Cory Spinks with the IBF belt. This is round 3. It's scheduled for 12. And here's Mayorga opening up a bit now. And Mayorga winning the first round and Spinks winning the second round. But that's academic because you get the idea that any time Mayorga wants to open it up, he can show the power. And right now, Spinks is fighting a perfect fight. Oh, he got caught that time. That time he felt the power. It blinked his eyes a little bit. He comes right back. And it makes Mayorga real cocky. He says, come on, let's mix it up. You know, he's a guy. If I'm in there with him, I want to kill him right now. You know, you do that to me and show me up in there, I want to kill you.
Well, that's his whole point.
I say that literally, folks. I don't mean take his life away, but I mean, I don't want to hit you so bad. And that's what he's trying to do to Spinks, right?
He's trying to take Cory out of his game plan, get him to stop moving around and fight toe-to-toe.
Well, he could suck at me in 2 seconds. Somebody did that to Diego right after. But Cory Spinks is a professional fighter, and he knows what he's doing. As I say that, Mayorga loads up a shot, makes him pay from side to side. You know, Spinks is an inch taller, but the way the body is of Mayorga, he looks taller in there. And Spinks has some 8 inches in reach advantage. And for the life of me, doesn't it look like Mayorga has a longer reach?
I think it's because the way Mayorga stands, he's more square opposed to Cory. It gives you more of a shoulder.
And again, Tony Lynn right on the spot there. When they had their off arms hooked up and 1 free arm, Mayorga goes in the right hand lead, catches Spinks but doesn't hurt him. This is a better round number 3 for Ricardo Mayorga, as Spinks is unable to do anything against the Rocket style this time. And he's doing what he has to do. He's just trying to box him and box him, but he's not piling up any points in this round. It's tough. Well, there's a nice exchange there. Mayorga gets the excitement of the crowd, but Spinks landed the shot. Touches him up downstairs. Mayorga says, "That big deal. What's that?" You know? You just tell by his gestures what he's thinking.
Yeah, I'd go right back downstairs as well.
He came forward with that lunging right hand. He has a tendency, does Mayorga, to want to hang on with his left hand and bang with the right. Guy many years ago named Muhammad Ali used to get away with that all night. Look at this! Cory Spinks makes him pay! The crowd loves Mayorga, though. He's a showman. As wild and awkward as he is. If you watch this guy in films and you didn't know he was held 2 versions of the welterweight belt, you say, this guy can't fight at all.
Well, he's definitely not a guy you want to model one of your young fighters after.
But it works for him, and that's what's important. He smacked Cory Spinks right on the nose with a stiff right hand, an awkward right hand, and that's a Mayorga round. Denzel Washington will be active, of course, with his New York Yankees hat on, enjoying the action.
Too much too, man. Don't stop in front of this motherfucker for nothing. Get your shit off and get on around the corner. Get your shit off, bail out. You bailing out right or you bailing out left after you touch it, all right? As long as you boxing, you good. But you gotta stop stopping in front of him. And stop.
Yeah, well, right here you're looking at, well, right there, Mayorga, he's getting frustrated because Cory is not staying in one place. He wants to suck him in and try to get him to stand there. That's why he's holding his hands down and all that other nonsense. But Cory's doing a wonderful job.
You know, Mayorga's the type of fighter that even if he just does so-soing around he's the type of guy that catches the eye of the judge, because if he's catching the eye of the crowd, he's catching their eye, he's catching the judge's eye. So anything that he does, Cory Spinks is almost going to have to do that and some to offset it on the scorecards. By the way, I've got Mayorga leading by 1 point as we go to the 4th round. That's unofficial.
Yeah, Mayorga steals rounds.
Oh, no question. Yeah. All right, this is round 4, scheduled 4-12. Nobody's been down, nobody's shaken. And it's exciting in that this guy is so awkward. Been warned twice about hitting Spinks down and hanging on and hitting. That looked better than it was. It really went underneath the chin and caught a bit of his chest and just got Cory Spinks off balance. But the people in the seats afar, that looked like a very punishing blow.
Exactly.
Spinks doing a nice job of boxing this guy, but I don't know if he's doing enough scoring right now for it.
Well, he's got to stop waiting. He's got to use effective movement. And what I mean by that is when he's moving, he's got to be doing that. Moving his jab around, moving his left hand around.
At this stage, he didn't seem to be stepping back into his jab, driving off the back foot. And now he did a nice job counter punching Mayorga coming in. Those hands were flailing way outside, and Spinks was able to just kind of pop him as he came in with a little short, crisp shot. Chopping left hand that time by Mayorga.
Mayorga, you don't want to step straight back. You're going to have to go side to side because he's coming right down the pipe.
Mayorga went the distance in his last fight against Vernon Forrest. Prior to that, he knocked out Forrest in 3 rounds. Then it's all stoppages. About 6 or 7 fights in a row inside of 3 rounds. Right now, we're in the 4th round of this fight. Cory Spinks. Mayorga knows he's going to have an easy time of it, at least in his eyes. In Mayorga's eyes, it's like a play day to him. He said it was a sparring session. Let me tell you something, folks. It's more than a sparring session at this point. Cory Spinks trying to make it as difficult as possible for this guy. And because of the awkwardness, you can judge yourself just how difficult it is. Look at this! Spinks catches him inside with 2 good shots. But it doesn't shift Mayorga. Mayorga's awkward punch sails up over the shoulder for him. Tell you something that I'm learning. This kid Spinks can fight.
He can fight. He comes from a long line of family that can fight.
Dad, his uncle, former champions of the world, both heavyweight champs. And of course, Michael, perhaps one of the greatest, although Virgil Hill was a great light heavyweight champ. I disagree. He's certainly, but arguably one of the great light heavyweight champs of all time. So are you, by the way. So
thank you.
All right, the bell ends. Round number 4. It's a closer round, I think. You know, it's one of those rounds where Mayorga steals it.
I'm a classic boxer myself. I kind of give the edge to the boxer. More than with Mayorga. I think some of the more punishing blows came from Spinks.
No he visto haciendo ni un side take.
I'm going to follow you, champ, then, and give that round to Spinks because it certainly was one of his better boxing rounds of the fight. So he had a good second round as well. And if your scoring is right so far, this fight's dead even after 4 rounds, even though all the hooting and hollering is in favor of Ricardo Mayorga. Spinks is certainly doing a nice job hanging in there and doing better than hanging in there. He may have won a couple of rounds of this fight, namely 2 and 4. Here we go to round number 5. I'm with Colonel Bob Sheridan. With me, Virgil Hill, former 4-time world champion, 3-time light heavyweight and cruiserweight champ as well. Still fighting. Still top 10, still wants another title shot. And right now we've got the unification of the welterweight championships here as Mayorga stands and showboats.
You're seeing a little frustration on Mayorga. He wants Cory to stand and fight.
Well, Cory's too smart for that. He's not going to stand and slug with this guy. He doesn't have to. His forte is boxing. And Virgil, some of other guys like the way Spinks fight, another example is Chris Bird, and the way you fight, not really crowd-pleasing sometimes in comparison to a showman like this, but it was very effective in your career for you.
Yeah, I mean, again, here in the States, we like the big punch, the big knockout and stuff. Our styles are more conducive to European styles.
Right now, Cory making Mayorga look even more awkward than he is at different times here during the course of this fight.
Watch your head, fellas. Okay? Let's go.
You're watching around the world. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll be giving a lot of play to our troops in Mosul, but I know in the Pacific Rim, Australia, and New Zealand, all watching now. Ricardo, we are tuned in. Enjoying your Sunday afternoon down there. The Knights of World Championship fights. Oh, there's a shot! One of the better shots of the fight by Mayorga, and now watch him attack. He's a guy that knows how to finish. Cory Spinks trying to cover himself up so he doesn't get nailed again. Mayorga would love to finish it, but Spinks isn't hurt. He was just nailed. His legs seem okay. Looping shot landed again. He hangs on and lets one go again. Now Spinks says, come on, let it go. The crowd loves it. He makes Mayorga miss a lot, though, doesn't he?
He does. But he still needs to be on his horse.
Blood coming from the mouth now of Cory Spinks. He's wide-eyed. This guy's a tough street kid himself. He knows how to fight because he was nailed by Mayorga. Goes right back to work again. He's got that head kind of moving like Larry Holmes used to when he would get that adrenaline flow going.
Cory's bleeding from his mouth.
A lot of blood coming from inside his mouth. Can't really tell if it's a split lip. It looks like it's coming from inside his mouth, but there's a ton of blood.
Don't like that, man. Let's knock it off.
And again, a third warning. And at some stage, the referee, Tony Orlando's going to have to take a point away from Mayorga. All right, the bell ends. And again, at the bell, he's taking a point away because he hit after the bell. I said at some stage he was going to have to do it, and he's done it. So Mayorga would have won that round 10-9. Instead, it'll be a 9-9 round because he gets the point taken away.
Toma el agua. Mira, cuando tiene más, tiene que medirlo bien. Mídelo bien, tiene que pegarle abajo con la mano izquierda. Golpéalo abajo. ¿Ok? Tiene que traer la mano izquierda, los bombazos abajo.
You got to measure.
¿Ok? Y baja con él, para que suba con la derecha, la Marcel. Tiene que bajar la cintura más, para que suba con la derecha y combina más golpes. Y míralo bien. Baja con él para que suba con la derecha. Tiene que bajar la Marcel, tiene que bajar. Cuando tú vas, lo ves clarito. ¿Ok? Tiene que bajar la cintura.
All right, we're coming up to round number 6. Bob Sherman, Virgil Hill. You're watching the unification of the welterweight championships. Ricardo Mayorga and Cory Spinks. And they took a point away at the end of the round. So we had it even after 4. Mayorga was winning the 5th round, and he loses the point, so it becomes a 9-9 round. Therefore, I have it 47-47 in my scorecard.
That's a close fight. It's too bad for Mayorga. That might cost him later.
Well, we'll see just how it goes. Mayorga is still filled with confidence. He landed a real heavy blow during the course of that 5th round, but it was all nullified for hitting after the bell. And I made the point, Virgil, that, you know, at some stage after 3 warnings, once for hitting when a guy was down, once for hanging on and hitting, and once for hitting after the bell, and then right at the bell, I don't know whether he was in the process of throwing it. But when he hears the bell, he's going to turn, drop his shoulder, and walk out of there. Get out.
You do. You got to be able to control that, especially if you have 2 warnings.
He seems to get ignited when he hears the bell. He's a great guy to watch. I'm enjoying this. I hope wherever you're watching around the world, you're enjoying watching it as much as we are bringing it to you. It's the 6th round of a scheduled 12-round fight. Cory Spinks is not boxing this guy right now in the 6th round.
He really is. He's not letting Mayorga turn this into a slugfest.
That's what Mayorga would like to do. And he's tried to do it. And Cory just having a terrific 6th round here. Past the halfway mark. Coming forward all the time is the Matador. He's not aptly named. should be the bull, in my opinion. Cory doing a nice job out boxing him here. Stage manager Casey Sipes sitting here says he's amazed by his intelligence in there. Well, he's a very intelligent fighter. Tell that to the world. He just kind of measured, he's skipping forward, wants to throw the right hand. For some reason, he couldn't get it off, Rick.
Well, he just, you know, Cory's not staying there for him, and he's got to plant and set to throw the big shot.
That's why the movement is so important. Get in there, be throwing when you're coming in, and slide out of there, move away your angle so this guy can't do what he just tried to do and throw the big shot.
Oh, it's pinnacle for Cory to do this. I mean, that way, when Mayorga comes forward, he can counterpunch.
Ricardo, the type of boxer you are, and a terrific boxer in your career, everything is cruising his way, and all of a sudden the big right hand is terrific for Mayorga at the end. But is that one right hand good enough to offset the boxing throughout the course of the round?
It really depends on the referee, the judges.
I don't think so, Virgil. I'll tell you why, because it didn't shake him in any way. I mean, it looked great. This is the end of the 5th round when they took the point away. You see Tony Orlando moving in there, and Tony frustrated by what's been going on, so he immediately orders the point taken away. I don't know. I think that Spinks controlled like 2 minutes and 55 seconds of the 6th round, and I think you got to give him the 6th round.
I agree.
And if that's the case, and our scoring's accurate, Spinks could be out in front in this fight right now.
Every time you touch him with that stick, he's throwing over.
Most generally,
you touch him with something, you make your move. Touch him again.
An old timer, you want to fight the last 30 seconds. Because
Okay.
that's the last impression that the judges have.
So we have coming up, this is Bernard Hopkins. Don't forget the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. Bernard Hopkins, 42-2-1. Coming off that victory over Murad Hacker. And, of course, the big one a couple of years ago against Felix Tito Trinidad, where he unified the title for the first time in a long, long time. There's Mayorga landing the looping shot.
Come on, get back of that head. Let's go.
And again, Tony Orlando says to Mayorga, you got to quit hitting and hanging on and hitting with it. That time he slipped, and immediately Tony Orlando waves it off. Balance situation there.
Stop. Let him out.
See that? The way he came in there and Cory beat him with the punches. I mean, if Cory had a little stronger punch, this guy would be having some serious problems.
I would agree.
But Mayorga has tried to pick up the pace a little bit more, throwing more right hands in this 7th round, having a difficult time against the southpaw. Now, we mentioned, as an amateur, that southpaw did give him problems. You see him hanging on and hitting again. Tony Orlando looking into his face and kind of shaking his head with a bit of disgust, but he doesn't want to disqualify this guy. He's such a big star. Mayorga's getting away with some stuff here.
Stop.
Look at that. That time he has the elbow and the forearm and the throat of Cory Spinks. He's a street fighter who wants to intimidate his opponent, and he's not going to intimidate Cory Spinks.
I believe Cory's been there before.
This is the 7th round, and while Mayorga is piling up some points here in the 7th round, it's the most difficult round. It's the most difficult round for Cory Spinks. Nice quick hands again by Spinks. Mayorga shakes his head no.
Stop. No punching. Let him out.
Chopping body shot inside. Boy, being tied up and being hung on to or anything like that doesn't affect Mayorga at all. He just throws punches anytime he wants. I tell you, Tony Orlando, it's a very tough fight for the referee. He's got to get in there to make sure that nothing happens to ruin what is a pretty exciting fight for the crowd anyway. The soccer style of Mayorga is more than just interesting. It's so crowd-pleasing.
It is, but he's missing with those big shots. When you miss a big shot like that, it'll drain you.
What's the
Let's wait and
Get
see
off
what
the
he's
head
going to
now,
have
stop.
down the stretch.
Well, that's a very interesting point because, with all except the last couple of rounds in the last fight against Vernon Forrest, it looked like after about 7 rounds, he might have been running out of all the gas too. And there's a pretty good pace to this fight, and he just got cracked by Cory Spinks. Cory whacked him. They exchanged shots. Now, as the bell ends round number 7, I don't know if that shot's enough to give that round to Cory Spinks, because Mayorga really landed more blows during the course of the round, so I'm going to give that round to Mayorga.
Mayorga's trying to fight the last 30 seconds of the round.
You know, if our scoring, and again, it's only an indication of the way we see it, but I've got this fight dead even after 7 rounds. I don't know about you, Virgil, but I didn't expect it to be quite this close. Although, you know, I talked about Dan Raphael from the USA Today, a very knowledgeable boxing writer who knows these guys and watches film after film after film of everybody. I mean, Cory Spinks is an outstanding boxer. I mean, after a couple of rounds, I was just impressed because I really haven't seen that much of him. This guy's a good fighter.
If Cory had a little more power, it might be a different kind of fight. Because he's hit Mayorga flush.
Go, check it out.
Well, the guy's got 31 victories and only 11 knockouts. We knew that coming in. But he is a terrific boxer. This is Mayorga with chopping shots. He ties him up, works the crowd a little bit. Tony Orlando, the referee, is a little bit more pleased with what Mayorga chose to break that one up. I see what you mean about him being squared up while his reach looks longer. Yeah, shoulders side by side practically, so it takes away from the big reach advantage. I like to measure these guys myself to see if the official statistics are really that far apart too. But I see what you mean, Virgil. The way he squares his shoulders up, he really does negate any reach advantage that Cory Spinks may or may not have. Spinks does have long arms, so it's a product here for a guy that's 5'10".
Mayorga basically just gives you the body.
Yeah. Well, you take a look at his body, and it's in tremendous shape. And here he is opening up again. Spinks doing a nice job parrying a couple of shots and then ducking underneath the pile. And he digs a shot to the body. And that was a kidney shot. Not a kidney shot, a liver shot. Right on top of the liver. And you get your guy down there to the body. And I tell you this, Mayorga must have a tremendous body to be able to score that.
Bring your hands down too.
Look at this. Spinks doesn't want to turn his back on this guy. Oh, there's a straight right hand, and it might have staggered Spinks a little bit that time. He's a little bit loose on the knees. He's back on his heels. There's no quitting this guy, but Mayorga knows he's hurt him. And he has hurt him. Like lead weights in the heels right now for Cory Spinks, and he does what he has to do. He's hurt and he has to hang on. That's the first time he's really been shaken, and he's not 100% back yet. He's been complaining, and he nails him again with a straight right hand. Spinks trying to hang on a little bit here. He's still a little bit loose in the knees. He's not 100% back yet. Mayorga realizes that he's trying to force this fight heavily right now. With less than a minute to go in the 8th round. And this Spinks right back as he does have his legs back now. You notice as much as that cocky look on the face of Mayorga right now, you saw the first couple rounds of the fight either.
Hold it. Come on, let's go now.
I think he's breathing a little heavy for Mayorga.
Stage, smoking doesn't help you any, no matter how much you want to joke about it. One of the worst things an athlete can do, anybody can do for that matter. He pounds him a couple of times and then pushes him down and Tony says, but as a matter of fact, his legs did look weak on that. Some in the back of the head. Almost out of time and the bell ends the 8th round. That's a real good round and one of the most definitive rounds of the fight for Mayorga.
Va. Fue el aire. Dame la grasa. Fue el aire duro. Fue el aire duro. No, eso, fue el aire. Espera, no me echaba. Fue el aire. Ricky está muerto, hombre.
Right here, caught Cory. Go flush him. Didn't catch him solid. Oh, missing with some big shots. That was almost with his palm. But it hurt him. Mayorga definitely possesses a lot of power.
Y camina, no bate golpe.
Well, you know, that shot is kind of the difference in the fight if it's as close as we have it. Now, there's no telling how the judges, Gene Grant, Arthur Ellenson from the WBA, and Johnny Kane, is Leon Spinks, the concerned uncle. All right, here we go to the 9th round. Look at Mayorga slightly out in front now in this fight, but it's close. Round number 9. The Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This is the unification of the welterweight championship between Ricardo Mayorga and the green trunks, black trunks, I should say, and Cory Spinks in the red and white. Cory has fought a heady fight so far, but the power in the 8th round of Mayorga finally caught up with him. Neither fighter has been down. Only on that one occasion, I see the fighter been shaken. Close to Cory. A bit of blood trickling from the mouth of Cory Spinks. Other than that, the fact that in the 9th round, guys on two marked up.
Cory takes a heck of a shot. He's got a good chin.
Nice counter punches in those exchanges for Cory Spinks. Now with a minute gone, this is anybody's round. Mayorga trying to force the fight, but a nice job of countering by Cory Spinks. He's outboxing him here in the 9th round, I might say. Do you agree with that, Brent?
I would agree with that. Jab is very, very effective. He just keeps stepping around it. That's what he needs to do.
Just keep turning it, step around. There's that sneaky right hand, kind of a hook to the southpaw. The jab with it, a hook from it. What he's trying to do is get around off the left shoulder of Mayorga so he can blindside him a little bit. He continues to try to do it, but he's not doing Mayorga either. Mayorga's a pretty crafty guy himself. That time he comes in with his head down and Spinks spanks him. Spinks is having a nice boxing round here in the 8th. About a minute to go in the 9th round. I should say 9th round. He makes him look awkward. I mean, he's awkward to begin with. Spinks with his terrific boxing ability has made him look even more awkward. A stiff jab in the face. Spinks is doing a lot of good things boxing in this 9th round. This is one of his better rounds.
He really is.
Come on, let's go. Break!
Mayorga tries to load up the right hand. It's not working for him. You know why? Because he's not throwing the straight right hand down the middle of the southpaw. He's hooking at it and looping it too much. Spinks is too good a fight. A lot of blood coming out of the mouth of Cory Spinks.
I just think Mayorga's hitting him too much. He's got to slow Cory down and go to the body.
Here we are in the last few seconds of the fight, the round again. And it's a round in which Spinks had won 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the round, and then again, and I won't say it's a bad idea because you can steal rounds. Lord knows Muhammad Ali did it throughout his career, and Ray Leonard on his heels did it a lot in his career. But in reality, that round was won by Cory Spinks.
Yeah, I agree.
And if that's the case and the judges see it the way we do, it's dead even after 9 rounds of boxing.
Championship rounds coming up.
10, 11, and 12 on deck, and after that is the undisputed middleweight championship of the world between Bernard Hopkins and William Jaffe. At Boardwalk Hall, I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. With me, Virgil Hill. Still fighting in the cruiserweight division, top 10 ranked.
Saca lateral derecho para que meta derecha enganche. ¿Ok?
You better go to work and get real serious for the last 3 rounds. This is closer than we wanted it to be at this stage of the fight. All right, here we go to the 10th round. And remember, this is 12-round championship distance. Ricardo Mayorga and Cory Spinks. Spinks, of course, in the red trunks with his back to you. That's Mayorga in black to the left of your screen. Throughout the course of the evening. Let's say this, Virgil. Tony Orlando has done a terrific job.
He has done a wonderful job.
Terrific job. This is a tough fight to keep under control. I mean, you can disqualify a guy anytime. When you get a guy like this, you don't want to disqualify him. You want to keep him honest in the fight, and he's done that by taking the point away after 3 rounds.
Well, definitely. You don't want to taint the fight. This is a great fight. Very entertaining for the people. Good for boxing.
This Mayorga missing his shot after landing a heavy body blow. Spinks right back, trying to counterpunch it. Lands kind of shoe-shine Cory's on his own. Boy, if he had any power at all, he'd be winning this fight. So hard to hit this uppercut. Spinks clipped him real good. A little roughhouse tactics by Cory Spinks. East St. Louis, Missouri guy gets him up in his shoulder and bangs him in the gets him off that shoulder with a left hook. Mayorga didn't like that. Look at the concerned look in his face. This isn't the face that we saw this guy in the first 2 rounds of the fight. He's determined enough. And he lands a couple of glancing blows, and Cory Spinks now wants to turn up the pace. Break, he says. Tony's doing a great job. This is a rough fight to referee, I want to tell you. Matador attacks with the right hand. Coming up to the 1 minute remaining mark. He's saying things like off the head break. I wonder if Mayorga certainly was speaking on English to know what break means, huh? And if he doesn't speak any English at all, he knows what the bell means.
Exactly.
With his hand speed, I think he's outboxing him here in the 10th round.
You're right. I think Mayorga slowed down a little bit.
Now, as we say that, Mayorga comes on. Looks like he lands some of the heavier blows. But the shots that he's landing not taking a toll. And again, you folks judge for yourself, but look into the eyes of Mayorga. He doesn't have that cocky look. Now the mouthpiece comes out of the mouth of Cory Spinks. So Mayorga goes to the neutral corner and Cory gets a little bit of breathing. Does this help anybody here? I think it actually helps Mayorga.
I think it does too, because I think that he's put a lot in those big shots and he's missed a lot of them.
Mayorga attacks again. Comes with the uppercut. Nice move this time by Mayorga. And he may have hurt him with that uppercut because Spinks has to hang on. Out of time in the 10th round. And they both throw at the bell. Look at disgust again in the face of the referee. But they were both throwing that time. Hey, who are you scoring that round for, by the way? That's too close to call for me.
Yeah, that's a close round.
It's 7:30 in the morning in Mosul. These troops are staying up late.
Beautiful shot. Again, Mayorga missing with those big shots. Cory coming away with the cleaner exchange. If he had a little more power, could be a lot different fight. But still, I think on boxing-wise, Cory's doing a beautiful job.
He is doing a sensational job. That one was a little too close for me to score, so I'm going to have to give that an even round, and that becomes important because the judges won't score the even round. 9 out of 10 times they will not score an even round. So Mayorga on the assault again. And again, after 10 rounds, as we're in championship territory now, this fight is most interesting because I have it dead even. Cory Spinks has been 12 rounds 3 times in his career. Against Larry Marks in August of 01. Against Piccirillo in the first fight, and against Piccirillo in his last fight, which gave him the title. So he can go the distance.
Break! Step back, let him out.
Well, obviously, he comes in great shape.
And we know that Mayorga can go the distance because he did just that in his last fight, 12 rounds, against Vernon Forrest. It's the 11th round. Cory's still trying to beat him with a punch, showing his hand speed. What do you think won the first finish?
I think it's pretty close. I think Mayorga's fighting with a little more desperation.
Oh, he's taking another point away here.
That hurts.
That could be critical now. in this fight, if it's as close as we think it is, this guy has lost 2 points. It could be very critical. Hitting and holding again.
Come on, quit doing that.
And he says it again. In the 11th round here. And look at this. Cory Spinks trying to outbox this guy.
Watch your head.
And if this is an even round with a point away, our Spinks won this. It's a 2-point round. But Mayorga may be doing too much. Now he slips again. He was off balance and was held up by the ropes. He was just off balance when he went down. There was no punch there. And Tony Orlando waved it off.
Oh, come on, come on. Hey,
Spinks was lucky there.
Very lucky that he saw it.
Mayorga continues to assault. They call him the Matador. He comes in like a bull. He's having a good round. But it's like he had that terrific round back in the 5th when he lost his first point. He was winning that round definitively. He's winning this round definitively, but he's not going to get the round. It's going to be an even round, 9-9. That time he slipped again. That was a clear slip in the corner. It's very wet now this time of the night. There have been several fights here tonight. There's a logo in the corner, all corners really. And the 2 active corners, it's very, very wet this time of the night.
Hold it, right now. One behind the head.
Closing seconds of the 11th round. All right, the bell ends the 11th. Now there's an example of a round I think Mayorga won, and it may be a 9-9 round because he had the point taken away.
I'm going to go against you this time.
And you think Spinks outboxing?
I do,
right.
because
we'll show you the loss of the point here.
Oh.
There's the hand behind the head. He did it more flagrantly at other times, but
Right.
Tony's just seen enough. He's won him enough times, so that time he took the point away.
I still think Cory is, even though Mayorga was aggressive, he wasn't as effective.
And I'll tell you, if you're right, it's a heck of a point, Virgil, because if the judges see it that way, that makes it a 10-8 round in favor of Spinks and could give him enough to win this fight. On my scorecard, I've got a dead even going to the 12th round, and according to the way you have it scored, you would have Spinks slightly out in front of the fight.
Yep.
It's that close, folks, as we go to the 12th and final round of this fight. This thing can go anywhere, and the crowd in the Boardwalk Hall is on its feet.
Come on, don't pick him up like that.
This time he warns Cory Spinks, don't pick him up like that. Badner trying to keep this guy elevated before the close of the fight. I see what you mean, because he does a great job counterpunching. He is
Go.
No matter what happens in this fight, Cory Spinks is going to be recognized as a great fighter. But without the win, it doesn't mean much, because this guy goes on. I mean, this fights mega fights now. And again, he slips down as he spins him down with the elbow behind the head. I'm glad we've got a referee with the experience of Tony Orlando in there. Because Spinks has been off his feet on 3 different occasions, if my recollection is right. And all the times he's been pushed down, got slipped on the one occasion, and off balance on another. So Tony gave him a break on him.
Break!
Finally, he gets the word. For the first time, the referee says break, and Mayorga broke clean.
No punching.
He is fun to watch.
He really is. He's very entertaining.
Crowd reacting with everything he does. Mayorga gets a shot in. Cory counter punches him. All of that stuff. He throws a forearm at the side of his head. Boy, what a frustrating guy to fight. Halfway through the final round. There's a big shot landed by Mayorga.
No punching. Step back.
No joking around for the last 4 or 5 rounds by Mayorga. And all business.
I'm sure he feels the urgency. He doesn't know they don't know where he's at.
Cory Spinks has proven one thing to me tonight. He is a terrific boxer. Any guy that can box with this guy like this has done a great job. Mayorga just sort of teeing off on Cory. I mean, he's done a nice job of counter-punching on occasion, but Mayorga's forcing this thing. 42 seconds to go in the fight.
Quick! No punching, no
Does
punching.
Mayorga want
No
it?
punching,
What's going on with Spinks?
I think Cory
And down he goes, and again, he's
punches
hit.
the punch.
And Tony says no. That time he get hit in the side of the body. That is a questionable one. But it won't be questionable in the judges' eye where they score 10-9 in favor of Mayorga. They won't be able to give him the 10-8. But just the mere fact that he hit him with that kind of a shot might be definitive enough to give Mayorga this fight. Inside of 5 seconds to go in this fight. Mayorga really on the assault here now, and it's all over. Both guys think they've won.
I think Cory took this round off.
Oh, it was a big mistake because if my scoring is accurate, I've got it just this close. I got Mayorga, in spite of the fact he had 2 points taken away from him, winning the fight 114-113. But don't forget, we had a couple of even rounds. A lot of questionable things were on in there. So we're going to have to leave this one in the judge's hands. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just almost too close to call. How about you, Virgil?
I'm going with Cory.
And you're
Just
giving
by
it to
one
Cory
round.
by one point.
round.
So here you are. Final round of the fight.
Yeah, right there. Depending on whose bylaws, a punch is a punch. If you throw a punch and you're on your way down, it's still a punch.
Yeah, I look at the replay, and even when we saw it in the
Even
live,
if it's not effective.
yeah. I mean, he hit him with a punch, and he caught him, and he went down. But Tony Orlando, who did a terrific job in a very difficult fight to referee, I'm not going to knock him for anything he did in that fight. It was tough. So I've got it 114-113, and my pal here, the former champ, has it 114-113 the other way. So we'll see how the judges have it. And again, don't forget, they could have it Mayorga's way because just of the electricity and the aggressiveness, and sometimes they don't really care about the effectiveness. They have the action of the moment and the excitement of the moment, and the eye drifts towards the most colorful fighter. He may have won it more handsomely, but I think that the points that were taken away from him have a distinct effect in this fight. So it could go either way, or it could be a draw. Who the heck knows?
Well, that will always be the question.
All right, here's Michael Buffer.
Will be the undisputed welterweight world champion. Arthur Ellenson scores the contest 114-114. Eugene Grant scores it 114-112. John Keane has it 117-110. For the winner by majority decision from St. Louis, Missouri, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Cory, the next generation Spinks.
How about that? You were right, Virgil. The judges went for the boxing. Cory Spinks has done it. That is a major upset in the world of boxing. Cory Spinks is